Hey, what's up? It's been rough lately, real rough. I reached a point where, you know, when you're first starting your walk with the Lord, every song that comes on is like the song you needed to hear. Every prophetic word that you hear is like just what you needed. People will call you, or you call somebody, and they say exactly what you needed to know. And everything's like just lined up perfectly. Dun, 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 dun. Every time you open the Bible, bam, exactly what you need is right there. You didn't even really have to search for it. And then, you know, and people who are more mature in the Lord, they'll know what I'm talking about. And people who have gotten to this point too, you get to a certain point and you're just like, you know, nothing's working anymore. None of the songs are hitting the spot. I open my Bible and I feel myself like dredging through, not dredging, but like I have to read, you know, chapter after chapter, to get to anything that even really means anything to me. And praise, like it takes time to get back into the spirit of the Lord. And it's not that God has gone anywhere. It's not anything like that. Like dreams, you know, I have like weird dreams, and I wake up and I'm rebuking this and rebuking that, and I get frustrated, I'm tired, and I know what the enemy is trying to do. He's trying to wear me out. He knows that I'm human, and that if he keeps up long enough, that my strength will quit. He knows that. He knows also that humans deal with time. Unlike spiritual beings, unlike quantum beings, we deal with time, and so we get tired. We get worn out, just plain old worn out. And I don't mean physically worn out. I mean spiritually worn out, completely worn out. Mentally, emotionally, just worn out, worn down, just done. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. Kind of feeling like you're just done. And nothing's really hitting the spot anymore. Like you eat your spiritual food and it takes that much longer to edify you. It takes that much longer to feel the spirit of the Lord. And it's not that the Lord has gone anywhere. He didn't go anywhere. He never leaves us nor forsakes us, never. But the enemy's trying to wear you down, especially before breakthroughs. Especially, he always does this. It's pretty clear what his strategy is, and yet, you know, we call on the Lord and he's not answering. Like he's not on speed dial like he was. Like he's on our speed dial, but he's not picking up like he used to. And it's not that he's ignoring us, or it's not anything like that. But the Lord delays answering us. He delays. And you know, when we're new in the Lord, or we're still immature in the Lord will answer right away. Answers right away, because he knows that we need him. He knows that we actually don't know how to take the next step. He knows that we actually need him to answer all of our little questions and everything like that. And so, confirmation. And so we find ourselves like, you know, not hearing from the Lord as much. And you sit there and like, where did he go? I feel like you're not listening to me, Father. I feel like you don't hear me. Oh, he hears you. And it's not that the Lord's trying to make it hard on you, or it's not anything like that. But the Lord allows for difficulty to strengthen us, to give us perseverance, to run the race marked out for us. These notifications are annoying. And you feel like frustrated inside. You know, you feel like frustrated. You feel like, gosh, you know, am I missing something? What am I not doing? This and that and the other thing. And one of the things that the Lord gives us to fight during these times is, and he's already given it to us, so he expects us to use the tools that he's already given us. He expects us to think back on all the times that he did answer our prayers almost immediately. Gave us the song we needed to hear, gave us the word in the Bible that we needed to read, gave us the conversation with another person that we needed to hear. And he's not answering right away to discourage us or anything like that. It's a matter of maturity. It's a matter of strengthening us. It's a matter of giving us the strength to persevere, so that and I used to say this when I was younger. I used to say, the Lord doesn't want a bunch of children that are just completely and utterly dependent on him. And that's true to a point. But also, in the beginning, he does want you to be utterly dependent on him. And he does want us to be utterly dependent on him. My video got cut off because I got a call, but the Lord does want us to be utterly dependent on him. But he also wants us to use what he's given us. He wants us to know how to edify ourselves without him being right there. He's got to take the training wheels off at some point. He's got to stop holding the back of our bicycle at some point. And although that can be scary and make us feel like, we're way out on a limb, that's what he's got to do to strengthen us. And he knows us as a good, loving father that he always is. He knows that he's got to let us get a little bit out on that limb, and sometimes let us fall down and skin our knees a couple times to learn that, you know what, I know how to do this. I'm tougher than this. I've been here before, and I can do it now. And I know the tools that have been given to me. I can speak in tongues. I can read my Bible. I can read my Bible all day if necessary. I can pray and praise. And he expects us to use those tools, because the Lord has been really, really good to me and really patient with me. And he's been showing me, you're not a spiritual baby anymore. I'm here for you, and I will always be. But I expect you to use the tools that I've given you already to strengthen yourself, to edify yourself. I expect you to know how to, you're not a spiritual child. Belle, stop. I said stop right now. Belle. I expect you to be able to strengthen yourself, because especially when you're called to be a leader, he expects you to be able to strengthen yourself and others, especially when you don't feel it. And he shows us how to do that. He gives us the tools that we need. He fills the refrigerator with food, and he doesn't want to hear, hey, I'm hungry, Father. Make me something to eat. He's like, you know what? Get up off your butt and make it yourself. I have given you all the skills that you need to do that. And especially those of us who have called to be leaders, and to be intercessors, and to be prayer warriors, and all these different things. He expects us to know how to do this. Now, those who wait upon the Lord renew their strength. They mount up on wings like eagles. They walk and do not faint. They run and do not grow weary. And I've been finding lately that I'm literally casting everything on the Lord, because I'm too tired to carry it. I'm too tired to carry it. I don't ever let even one day go by without praying. Not even one. And I pray multiple times a day. That's not a joke at all. And I'm not saying that to hype myself up or make myself sound super cool or anything like that. It's just the truth, because I need the Lord all the time. There is not one moment of the day that goes by that I'm like, I'm good. No. I need you all the time. The Lord is more important than the air I breathe, as far as I'm concerned. And he also expects me to sit and think back on all the times that he answered my prayers immediately. To think back on all the times that he was right there, right when I needed him, and told me just what I needed to know right in that moment. And to be grateful for those things, to count my blessings, and to store up my treasures in heaven more now than ever. The enemy uses strategy to wear us down, and it becomes exceptionally challenging when we're really tired and we have real problems, not just so and so doesn't like me, or politics in our church, or whatever it is, and when we have real problems, when we do not have a house to live in, when we don't have anyone in our lives that we can really call and depend on. And it's things like that, you know, those of us who have been homeless, you know what I'm talking about. Those of us who have had to go without food and water in our lives, you know what I'm talking about. You know what it's like to really actually be hungry, to actually be alone, to know what it's like when you go to the hospital and you don't even have anyone to put on your emergency contacts. No one. That's how I live. I mean, I have traveled this entire country on my own with my dog, and there wasn't really one person that I could depend on and call if I ever got into trouble, which I didn't, but if that had ever happened, I made the Lord my emergency contact in all ways. I mean, I depended on him every step of the way. And right now he's calling on me to remember all the times that he carried me through really hard times. Times when I was sitting in the car camping and I had no food. I had food for Bella, but not for myself. Times when I was even running out of water. I didn't even have enough water to drink. And I didn't have enough gas to go get water. So I had to ration my water. But the Lord made sure I got through. He made sure that I was fine, that I actually ended up having more than I needed. And he was there every step of the way. And so if the Lord seems a little bit distant right now, just know that he has not left you. He hasn't gone anywhere. He would never do that. He would never leave you. He wouldn't leave me any more than he would ever leave you. He just doesn't ever do that. If you're watching this video, you're most likely in the same place or getting there. The word says that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. And we have to call on those reserves, those things that we've stored up over the years in prayer and in praise and in worship with the Lord. And we have to call on all of it right now. Especially if we're going to be leaders, if we're going to be shining the glory of God into this world for all to see, we have to be we need to be more prepared than anyone for anything. And I know it's tiring, I know it's exhausting, and I know you're bone dog, you've been working so hard you can't even see straight anymore, tired. I know. Oh, excuse me, pardon me. But you can do it. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. I know that a lot of people have been waiting on like a rapture. I know that a lot of people, people have been waiting for the rapture for thousands of years, a couple thousand years at least, maybe more actually. But we cannot give up. And one thing I know for a fact is that the more I feel like giving up, the closer I am to making it. So if you feel like giving up and everything's getting on your nerves, you're, like your dog is misbehaving, you're having a hard time just meeting like everyday needs, and you just feel like this underlying frustration bubbling up in you. I've just had it, like you're ready to have a 3-year-old fit, and stomp your feet and scream your head off kind of feeling. Those are the times when it's even more important to persevere. All I can say is stay encouraged, be of good courage. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be dismayed, for the Lord is with us. He has called you by name. You belong to him. So keep your head up. Keep going. The Lord will renew your strength. He will. And I know it doesn't feel like he's picking up right away. I know it kind of feels like he's a little bit distant right now. I know he's kind of quiet right now. I know that it feels like time has kind of slowed down right now. And it's those times that we need to cling to the Lord even more and edify ourselves. He's given us all the tools that we need to do it. So use them. I genuinely hope that this video finds you blessed. Love, blessings, and compassion to everyone. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Peace be with you.